Afternoon, guys. So video 3 in the series of why people lack motivation. I'm trying to get more concise with these videos. Video 1 was 17 minutes. Video 2 was 10 minutes. So let's see what we can kind of cut this down to. So the blog post was 10 reasons why people lack motivation. Point 3 on the blog post was stop setting unrealistic goals. So goals, obviously, in the gym and in life are important. They help you kind of aim at an end point you want to work towards. It gives you an opportunity to direct your efforts towards a certain direction in life. But they have to be realistic and ultimately achievable, because you don't want to set yourself up for failure from the very first day, the very first step in that direction. If what you're aiming towards is way out of your kind of grasp in terms of what is you're capable of, it depends, because you want to set big enough goals that it's worthy of your time and effort, but we need to be realistic in the sense that we have to be aware of where we're at in life, or physically where we're at in terms of what we can expect to achieve from time and effort. And someone who's 10 stone overweight, it's unlikely they're going to get to a position where they're cover model ready for a magazine, for example. They could, but the damage that they've probably done to their body would be such that they're not going to be able to get to that position without maybe surgery or something. So you have to be realistic, and perhaps, not saying that it's impossible, but if you're 35 and you have plans to play international football, that's very unlikely. So we've got to kind of be realistic with the goals that we set, because once you start to kind of become unmotivated, lacking motivation, because you're feeling like you're failing, you're not making progress, and nothing's changing, then that lack of motivation just kind of increases. So because you're not living up to the lofty expectations that you've set for yourself, and you kind of you feel like you're a failure, even though you might be making progress, because it might be so that far down on the scale of where you're trying to get to, you feel like you're not making progress, because even though you're achieving things, you're not anywhere near that big grand goal that you set yourself. So that was the point. Stop setting unrealistic goals. Now, to combat that, the way we kind of work around that and keep the motivation high is to start small. So let's use the example of what I see a lot of people do is the weekend comes and they think, right, this next week is going to be the week when I get back into my routine of healthy living. So they've gone from perhaps their eyes been completely off the ball in terms of healthy lifestyle. So they then set themselves these massive challenges. So they go from nothing, and then they want to try and achieve everything within a 7-day period. So they're going to be like, right, I want to get to bed early every night. I'm going to eat amazingly every single day. I'm going to get to the gym every day or 5 times this week. I'm not going to eat any sugar, blah, 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 blah. And they just make all these goals for this from nothing to everything in a week. It's not going to happen. So what they need to do is start small. So perhaps start with the easiest thing to achieve. So start with, say, let's attend the gym. So everything else is going to stay the same within the week. All I'm going to try and do is get to the gym once or twice, depending on what your availability is. And then that's that week's goal. I get to the gym once or twice or whatever. And you put all of your efforts into achieving that one goal. You achieve that one goal, that makes you feel good. Straight away, you're kind of getting these good vibes, and that feeling becomes addictive. So then you think, right, okay, I've successfully kind of combated that obstacle. Next week, on top of that goal, so I'm going to still try and get to the gym once. Maybe I increase it to 2 or 3 times, depending on what I did the prior week. On top of that, I am going to try and cut my calorie intake by 500 calories or 250 calories or whatever it might be for you. Or if you're trying to build muscle, increase my calories by, whatever's right for the individual. That's going to be this week's goal. So I then continue with the form that I did the previous week, and I do the gym goal. I succeed at that, tick that box. Then on top of that, I add in this new goal of the dietary goal, whatever it might be, and I achieve that. So then end of week 2, you've successfully achieved 2 goals this week. And then you do the same thing for the 3rd week. You throw in another goal, and you keep layering on these goals as you see fit. And there's small little steps in the right direction. And then, 2 months down the line, if you have many goals, then 2 weeks down the line, if you've added a goal a week, you're 8 goals in. You're getting to bed earlier. You've been sleeping. You've been eating better. You've been getting to the gym. You've been drinking more water. You've been, whatever. And because you've made such gradual changes over a longer period, you've not noticed these kind of changes in your lifestyle. And because you've been successfully achieving these small goals and creating this kind of motivation and this good feelings, you've kind of craved more of that and less of the kind of lack of motivation. And so you're kind of moving in that positive direction, and motivation can't help but flourish and multiply, and you start to feel good. So, and that's just simply from starting small and not being unrealistic from day one. The big goal could be there, but you have to put little baby steps in place to get to it, rather than just one day nothing, the next day the world. So yeah, that's the 3rd point from the blog post. Like I said, bad time of year, people are struggling with motivation. Let's help each other through. Hope these videos are helping in some way. Even if it's just one person that's getting something from these videos, then it's all good. 7 minutes. Let's see what we can do on the next video. Take it easy. Catch you in video 4.